You are watching On Demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Hello, welcome to Monday's Loose Women. Hope you had a great weekend. It's lovely to have your company today. And kicking off the week, you've got me, Ruth Langsford, Linda Robson, Carol McGiffin and Nadia Sawalha. So coming up today, well, I took the plunge at the weekend, got my eyebrows tattooed. Yeah.
They look great.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
They're still a work in progress, but I'm quite pleased with them. Carol was horrified this morning, so I was showing her on my Instagram the tattoo, like... Zzz. But actually,
that noise.
We did think we were going to do a little kind of eyebrow makeover with you today, because you said you do find it hard to get them done. So we're doing that today. Also at 1 o'clock.
You slept with him, remember? Phil was different. Why? He just was. Oh, I didn't know that the first time. In 1 minute I was looking at him, in the next, ripping each other's clothes off.
Oh, he's known as the toughest guy on telly thanks to his iconic performances as Grant Mitchell in Eastenders, of course, and his hard-hitting documentaries. Ross Kemp will be here, revealing why he's turned his hand to quiz show hosting now. Then at 1:15, she's the world's favourite potty-mouthed granny.
Is that you, darling?
Hello, Nan.
It is.
You all right?
Yeah, lovely. You come up and see me?
Yeah.
Come up and see me, ain't ya?
Yeah.
I love this place.
Catherine Tate's Nan is here and she's promised to be on her best behaviour. I don't know whether to be excited or scared about that today. She will be joining us in the studio and we will have that bleeper button standing by for good measure. Today's big story, of course, still with Ukraine. A new scheme for people in the UK keen to offer Ukrainian refugees shelter is due to start today. This is called the Homes for Ukraine scheme. It involves people with a spare room or a spare home being matched up with people fleeing the conflict. Britain's taking part will receive a thank you payment of £350 per month. So, Nadia, none of us could fail to be moved by the horrific scenes that we're watching unfold in Ukraine. But could you imagine opening your home? Have you thought about it? Is it something you could see yourself doing?
Well, I absolutely could. And straight my first thought is, oh, how many people can I take in? And I'm going to, do this amazing thing and I'm going to bring all these people in. That's first thought. Second thought is, I know myself very well and I think I'm a great starter and a terrible finisher, and I could just see that I would get completely overwhelmed. My parents are elderly, I've got all sorts of other things going on, I work full-time. Would I actually be the right person for these people? Because
it's a big thing to take on. They're talking about a minimum of 6 months.
Yeah, and you can imagine, say you have, a mum and a young children and, further tragedy struck for her and she lost her husband. Now you've got another situation and a mental health situation and I don't know whether I would be available enough. And I think we've got to be really careful that this doesn't become there's good people and bad people, the good people that will let people in and the bad people. I think we have to know what our limitations are. So I'm looking at other things, like there's various websites where you can buy things directly from people, Ukrainian people, and then not take the goods, but you give them money. There's fundraising. I will be moving much more around there because I don't think I'd be good at it. It's true altruism. And I don't know if I'm a true altruist. I'd love to be.
Yeah, I am in awe of people that say they'll do it and then do it and follow it through, Carol. But I'm a bit like Nadia. I think my initial reaction is like, yes, that would be a lovely thing to do. I could fit them into my home. But then the reality bites, doesn't it? It's like, but you're never at home and you've got your mum and where would they sleep? And it's when you look into the details, it's a 6 month. They're asking you to commit to this for 6 months, a minimum.
Well, they're actually asking you to sign up as an interested party. Yeah. So as soon as you sign up and say, yes, I would be interested in doing this, you get 350 quid, that's it. Then whether or not you do it or not is another question. And then, what happens to that money if you don't end up doing it? And I think a lot of people really do want to help. They want to open their homes. But I think, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, this is too little too late. I think it's too much too soon. I honestly do, because it just has not been thought through. As usual, there are so many problems with taking people into your homes. And I don't know what's different between, you know, the refugees that are coming in from the Ukraine now and the refugees that are coming across the Channel.
Afghanistan.
And there are thousands and thousands of people who are looking for asylum, wanting to stay in the UK, being put up in hotels. What's the difference?
But it seems
Why
this
are
is
they
the
suddenly
first...
saying, oh, people need to take them into their homes?
It seems this is the first time that the government are actually asking the public, Linda,
Yeah,
you know, can you
to
help?
solve
Would
their
you do
problems.
this?
My initial reaction was, yeah, I'd love to. I mean, because at the moment, I feel lonely at home because my kids have moved out now. My son's moved out, my daughter's moved out. I've got my grandchildren and Lauren and that quite nearby. They're all quite close by. But sometimes I'm in the house on my own and I feel lonely because Mark's at work or whatever. And we are thinking of downsizing. Now the kids have gone, we'd like to get somewhere smaller. But if I could, I mean, obviously, we've only spoke about it today for the first time, but my initial reaction was, yeah, I'd like to open the door and get a family in with maybe children, and Lila and Betsy could become friends with them and that. But obviously it's for 6 months. That's a long time, that's half a year. And who knows what's going to happen in that 6 months, you know?
And when you think of somebody who's a foster carer, you know, and essentially that's the kind of position you're going to be in and the training that you would need. You know what? It feels like another one of the government's broad brushstrokes. We're distracted now from the fact that they still haven't been able to organise how to get these poor people fleeing from their country actually over here. Priti Patel is still moving the cups all over the place, and here we are talking about this. You know, yes, a shared response, but we mustn't forget that we need to keep putting the pressure on actually how they are, how the government's helping
Can I just
them.
say as well that you know, a lot of people would like to do it, as I said, but many people are not going to be able to afford to do it. And I think that, you know, we're going to get a situation where people, if you don't say, oh, yes, of course, I've taken as many as I want to, if you can afford to, that's fine. But many people can't. Bills are going up, energy prices going up, food's going up, and people are struggling. And so for £350 a month for a family...
And also, is the infrastructure there? Have the government put in the... Because let's not forget the $5 billion that went missing with the furlough fraud.
Exactly.
So people have got to be supported.
But that was my thought as well. It's like,
well,
what's the backup? So if you take on a family, you said they might be traumatised, you're not trained for that. That's a minimum of 6 months. Where's the backup? Are you going to have to try and help them find a job? Are you going to have to pay for them after those 6 months?
Teach them the language.
And will you be able to go to work, or will you have to be at home looking after this family?
You know, I have been reading about people who are retired, you know, whose children have left home, and I think it's extraordinary, the people that do want to help. And the Home Office saying they will be carrying out checks for people who are offering their homes and for the Ukrainians coming in. And I think it was one of the charities, children's charities, saying, you know, they have to check for the safety of children.
Obviously.
Where they're going to end up. So it's a big, big ask. But we'd love to know what you think. I mean, I know there are so many people that want to help. There are lots of different ways of helping, of course. But let us know if that's for you. Would you be interested in being part of the Homes for Ukraine scheme? We'd love to hear from you. OK, let's talk about Prince Harry. Now, he has confirmed that he won't be attending the memorial service for his grandfather, the Duke of Edinburgh, which will be at the end of this month. Now, no reason has actually been given for his decision, but Harry is currently pursuing a legal challenge against the Home Office after being told he won't be given the same level of protection when he's visiting from the US. This is despite Harry reportedly offering to pay for the security protection himself. So what do you think, Linda? I know you're huge lover of the Queen.
I am,
and this is the memorial for her beloved husband, Harry's grandfather.
I just think it's really sad that he won't be there, and I think, you know, he'll regret this in the future that he wasn't there, and that, because I think he was really close to Prince Philip as well, wasn't he? And obviously to the Queen and that. And I just
But
think
a lot's happened since.
A lot has happened since then, but I just think, you know, if he's worried for his family, his wife and his children and that, then maybe he should just come, even if it's just for one day, just to go to the memorial service and go back the next day or whatever. I think it would be really lovely if he could make it, just for the family. She's been through so much, hasn't she, at the moment as well, with what's going on in the family and everything. But
has he got any more toys he can throw out of his pram?
Is that how you feel about it?
That is how I feel about it. It's like, you know, I just don't think there's any excuse for him not to attend this memorial
But he says he
service.
doesn't feel safe.
Well,
But the royal
What's he
family have got
talking about?
protection and he'll be with the
Exactly.
royal family.
The whole royal
They'll all
family is
be
going to be there.
protected,
Do you
yeah.
think there'll not be any kind of protection? You know, what makes him so special? Why does he think that there's more of a threat to him or to if he's there, to the rest of his family? I mean, it's just... I don't know, I'm just so bored of him and his excuses. It's not good enough, and he's not doing himself any favours at all by not going. I mean, it's just going to make him look worse. Everyone says stop slagging him off, but what do you expect?
I mean, the thing is, what if he is very scared? I mean, he's removed himself from official royal duties, and that's his prerogative.
Yeah.
But they are supposed to have security from cradle to grave. That's the actual saying, because the risk to them is no less. And imagine all the things. First of all, the way he lost his mum in a very traumatic way, and he talked about often how they were chased and how terrifying that was. And then if you think about all the things over the years that he will have known were planned for him that actually weren't pulled off. I mean, for instance, one of his ex-security people from Scotland Yard's, Simon Morgan, he was his personal protection officer. He says, you know, it doesn't change, the threat doesn't change, and it's not just a case of paying for a new security guard. It's a network. It's cyber security. The intelligence that the close protection officers have is very different from, say, what a security team would have.
I believe that they're saying, when we've discussed this before, when he was taking the Home Office to court, that they're saying that that intelligence would obviously be shared. So saying if he was here and the intelligence picked up that there was any kind of threat specifically to Harry, this is how I understood it at the time, he would obviously be informed of that.
But this
yeah, they wouldn't withhold
this
that.
Simon Morgan says the training is so...
hello.
The training that they have is unlike anything else. So they'll have up to 30 weeks training, these close protection officers. And I'm imagining that what Harry's almost saying is, can I have those guys? I'll pay for them.
But that's what they're saying, but they're not for hire.
But you can't just
but they're
pay
not
for
for
them.
hire.
We've had this conversation. You can't.
But they should.
But
They should be, because it wasn't his fault that he was born a prince.
Well, no, but it was his fault that he opted out and decided not to do any royal duties.
You shouldn't opt out of feelings of being safe. I mean, they say there's no less threat to him. The kidnapping or for some sort of hate crime, they are under now.
But he has literally opted out of the royal
Simon Morgan
family.
says that Meghan will have had to go through training of what to do if she were kidnapped. You know, I mean, these are very frightening
had
things.
to do that.
No, I know, but they all have that continued protection, which they don't.
They can't
They don't have that
it.
protection anymore.
But he has his private protection, so they're saying if you bring that you pay for, that then any information that was needed, if there was any specific risk, would be shared with his protection people.
I just think he just might genuinely be really scared for himself and his
Maybe.
family. He's not asking for it for free.
Maybe. I mean, we haven't heard from him, obviously. This is all speculation at the moment. OK, we've got to take a break now. After that, you've heard of a bit on the side, but would you consider a bot on the side? We're talking about virtual girlfriends. This is because a man has said that having a virtual girlfriend actually helped save his marriage. Also, he's known for being as tough in real life as he is on screen, but will Ross Kemp live up to his hard man persona in his brand new role as a game show host? He'll be telling us about that at 1 o'clock. Hello, welcome back. Now, coming up, you'll know her as the offensive grandma whose potty mouth would make a sailor blush. Ahead of her brand new movie, Tate's Nan is going to be here with us. And I took the plunge at the weekend, got my eyebrows tattooed. Well, we're giving Carol an eyebrow makeover. She didn't fancy a tattoo, just a makeover today. Before we do any of that, competition for you, a brand new VW Campervan and £30,000. Jeff has all the details. Where are you today, Jeff?
Well, Ruth, beautiful day here on the coast, South Dean campsite in Devon. It's absolutely incredible. And obviously the reason why we're on a campsite is because we're in a Volkswagen campervan that you, the viewer, can get your hands on. It's worth £70,000 or over, actually. I've bought some other campervan owners as well. They're just behind me, but have a little look. Guys, let's show them what we can do. So while you're looking at these exceptional views, you can just Picture you and your family being out in a camper van. And this is not the only thing in the prize package. We're also giving away £30,000 in tax-free cash to go with it as well. So that is, do the maths, a prize package worth over £100,000. So if you want to get your hands on it, if you want to come to beautiful places like this and share wonderful views like that when you wake up in the morning with your camper van, here are the details, and good luck. Text prize to 81119. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 78 11119. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY11 PO Box 7558 Derby DE10NQ. Entrants must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 1st of April at 3 p.m. So good luck.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Now, what about this? A man from Ohio says that falling in love with his artificial intelligence chatbot, who he's named Serena, there she is, has actually saved his marriage and stopped him from filing for divorce. So he says that, you know, being able to talk to this chatbot, it's not a
creation.
person. He's this creation.
This unreal
he feels
thing.
that he's been able to unload Carol his problems, and it's made him kind of feel better. Therefore, he and his wife are getting on better. And he said he was thinking of getting divorced at some point. And he says now chatting to Serena, the bot, has helped him.
Well, Serena has not got a mind of her own. He knows that, right? So obviously these things are programmed to please people. That's the point of them. And I'm so depressed by it.
What would you do if Mark had one then?
I'd rather he had a real one. I honestly would. That doesn't mean you can. I honestly would.
That would seem a bit more normal than talking to a
because
robot.
I can't stand all this virtual nonsense. I can't bear it. I hate having, like, meetings or phone calls on Zoom and all of that. I just can't bear it. I need people. I need to be around proper people. I like human beings. And that whole AI creation, I mean, they're so real. If you've ever seen them in, like, games and things like that, it's disturbing.
But the trouble
and I'm sorry,
is,
it's wrong.
the thing that would be a problem for me is that the bot uses whatever you're talking about, that information, it creates a language back. So I could imagine, like, if anyone was having a good old moan about me, oh, she's always nagging me about not doing the dishwasher properly, instead of the bot going, well, maybe you should, you know, do the dishwasher a bit more, it would go, oh, I'm sorry, that's so bad.
I wonder if you can break into it and put your thoughts into the bot, Ruth.
The thing is, it's not... I kind of get the side of, oh, you know, I can offload, but you're not getting a true reaction, are you, Nadia?
Well,
No, you're getting what you want to hear.
I
what you
think
wanna
it's
hear.
easy when you've got friends and you've got family and you've got real people to just say, oh, that's weird. But if you think about all the people that might find it difficult, and I think even more so with men, do they really talk to the depth that women do? And if, like, I've gone to therapists before, which I've paid a load of money to, and I've just sat there and spoken, and they've gone, But actually just hearing my own thoughts sometimes helps me work stuff out. You know, like sometimes if you write a stream of consciousness or like an emotional diary, because this guy wasn't talking about sex, she wasn't titillating him.
How do you know what they were talking about?
Yeah, well, I'm just assuming.
You weren't there.
Bear with me on this one. So he's just like saying, he's just talking and he's actually sorting stuff out. And then he has said that it saved his marriage.
But is it a robot he's talking to, or is it a woman? What is he seeing when he looks on the screen? A robot?
An animated character.
And it's an
3D
animated character
character
that he's created.
Yeah.
So you create something that you like the look of, I'm assuming. So you go, oh, I like brunettes or I like blondes or whatever.
Yeah.
And talking to the bot, it's just not real to me. Like you say about a therapist, I kind of understand that people need to offload, but you're only going to get the reaction that you want to hear, which is not real. I don't see how that helps.
But if it worked, what's wrong with it?
He says it does, and 16 million people worldwide use this app. It's called Replica. 1 million of those people are here in the UK. You might be one of them.
Why don't they just get divorced and move in with a bot?
Just move in with the bot.
Not everybody,
Only a matter of time.
not everybody can communicate easily with other people. You have to just get that, you know. And so if this serves a purpose for those people, then why not?
Well, he says it did. OK, let's know what you think about
We've only
that.
got his word for
Interesting.
that, though, haven't we, really?
That's the bot.
What? I mean, we have.
OK, after the break, when you think of iconic Eastenders couples, who springs to mind? Angie and Den, of course, Bianca and Ricky. What about Tiffany and Grant?
And by the heavy ended on the vodka.
What, so you want a double?
No, just a clumsy single.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, sweetheart, but I'm very self-assured with my hair.
Well, that was the moment they first met. We're bringing back all sorts of memories for our guest today. That is Ross Kemp. There he is, joining us in the studio. Find out why he would never say never to a return to Albert Square. Back with him after this. Hello, welcome back to Monday's Loose Women. It is very nice to have you with us today. And alongside me, Ruth Langsford, it is Linda Robson, Nadia Sawalha and Carol McGiffin. So still to come on the show, she is the UK's favourite foul-mouthed granny and is going on the road trip of a lifetime, starring in her own movie. Catherine Tate's Nan will be joining us in the studio. Also, I've been umming and ahhing about it for ages now. I finally did it at the weekend, got my eyebrows tattooed. We'll be talking about that and how to age-proof yours a bit later in the show. Now to our first guest. He's the former tough guy, Eastenders star, known for his hard man persona, both on and off screen. But having faced down some of the world's most dangerous people, including war criminals, drug cartel members and even Peggy Mitchell, Ross Kemp's latest challenge sees him swapping hunting gangs for hosting game shows.
Gavin and Stacey in Dragon's Den. I think that both of those
These
might
shows
come
have to
through
have been aired after the year 2000.
after the year 2000. Let's go for Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den, truth or lie? That's the truth, Kate. You ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay, let's start the clock.
I'm going to go with Loose Women.
Loose Women?
Yeah.
Is that a truth or is that a lie? It's a lie!
Oh, no.
Oh, no, that's because it was 1999 when we started. Anyway, we're delighted to have him here, Ross Kemp.
Hello. Good to be here.
Good to see you.
Back in the danger zone.
Surrounded again.
It's really scary here.
We're tougher than them drug cartels.
You sure are, Linda.
Obviously, talk about the new game shows, a whole new thing for you. But I know you were listening to our conversation earlier, and we were talking about these artificial intelligence bots, saying, like, if our partners, you know, wanted to offload about the problems in their relationships and have a moan about us, I wouldn't be too keen that it was a bot. What did you think as a man, as a husband, listening to that?
I sort of agree with you, Nadia. If it's going to save a marriage, then I'm all for it. But if I tried to make my wife into the perfect person that I thought she should be, I'd be shown the door very quickly.
Yeah. So counterproductive.
Slightly, yeah.
That was my point, is like that bot's not going to tell you. It's going to tell you what you want to hear.
That's right. It's not
You're
going
a
to
great-
tell you the truth or what you should be hearing, I guess, most of the time.
And highlight problems.
But again, you know, if it's worked for him, it may work for other people. Don't think it would work for me.
You look afraid again.
Your wife's at home going, no, it wouldn't.
She's doing exactly
let's
that.
talk about Bridge of Lies. So this is your first game show
It is my
host
first
role.
game show. Not the average game show, not the average game show host, but you know what? I had a year where I did mainly diving on shipwrecks and then a road trip with just myself, a director cameraman and an AP. So that was challenging for a month and a half travelling across America. So to go to a studio and be slightly pampered was quite nice, I have to say. You know, like a dressing room, hot drinks when you want them, food when you want it.
They're hard work, though, those quiz shows, because you have to do a lot in one day for a start, don't you? And you have to be switched on the whole day.
Full of energy and...
Did 3 a day.
What was the schedule then? How many shows?
3 a day. So I cross from the hotel across the little bridge across the Clyde, because we shot it in Glasgow, and it would be dark, and the same thing like when we used to be in EastEnders, you go to work in the dark, you go home in the dark. But you know what? I really enjoyed it, and it's a kind of it's a team thing. So they're not competing against each other; they're competing against this bridge, which they have to get across and then back across with the money. And so,
And are you allowed to help them? Are you a nice
I'm
host,
not
or
allowed
you
to
mean?
help because that's against Ofcom regulations. But what I am allowed to do is sort of guide them slightly. And I just enjoyed it. It was very different. It couldn't have been a more kind of mixed bag of a year from, you know, making a documentary about a pop star to diving on wrecks all over the UK to, you know, 25 game shows in 2 weeks.
So what's it about you getting... Is it true you got emotional when people didn't win the jackpot at the end?
There were a bunch...
You're getting a bit upset.
Well, I'm a bit of a team player. I like to think I am. And you know, it meant so much to a lot of the people to try and get back. And so you do sort of feel for them when they don't achieve it. But it is such... And I would say this, wouldn't I? But it really is enjoyable. It's fun to do. And also, there's a sort of goggle box element to it. So there's a camera on the other players when their friend or their family member's down there. So you get to see the dynamics of inside the family.
Sometimes.
So there's a little bit of a soap element to it.
Maybe we should have a loose women team come on it. Should do a celebrity version.
Be my guest.
Yeah, loose women team.
And what is it? Do you have to be really clever to do this show? Is it like general knowledge?
That's
Everything I've ever done, I've always been first one out.
Linda, you are perfect. You are perfect for it. Look, no, I'm not just saying this because, you know, there were a real mixture of people, mixed bag of people with different, I suppose, mental abilities. It doesn't really matter because there's an element of strategy to it, there's an element of luck to it, and also you've got to know a bit of general knowledge. So it's a mixture.
So are you missing acting, though?
Gosh, is it missing me is a big question. Yeah, I think, you know what? My age, rule out nothing.
Yeah.
Just do
Because you do
what
everything.
seems right.
Yeah.
Just do what seems right at the time, and as long as you're enjoying it, that's the most important thing.
So what about EastEnders? If they said to you tomorrow, please come back, what would you say?
How much?
I love an honest answer.
I think, you know what? I think you just say rule out nothing.
Yeah.
As long as it was enjoyable, I'd do it. And I did do it for 10 years, and you know, that's not always
And you
downhill.
were always on.
Sometimes it's uphill.
Yeah.
You know.
You did go back for one, didn't you? You went back for...
I went back for
Peggy's-
Barbara's leaving, which
Yeah.
is quite emotional, obviously.
Yeah.
Look, it's also a creature of its own. They've just built a massive new set, so the BBC have invested in it. But it's a monster, you know, and you are always only ever going to be one of the scales or one of the claws or the
I remember
horns.
you saying that in my first few weeks. I remember listening to you behind the bar saying that very thing.
You're only one of the claws or the scales.
Well, I don't think it was that. I think it might have been a cog in a wheel. or
No,
something
exactly.
Like that.
It's a better analogy, actually. My analogies are suddenly taken on monster proportions.
Did you have scenes together, you two?
Very rarely.
Crisps, gin and tonic.
Great
I don't think we
respect.
ever did anything-
Fantastic actress.
We never did anything super intense, which was
A shame.
But what about all the scary stuff you do? I mean, I was just reading through and you've done some really scary things.
Been to some scary places.
Does
met
that
some
get a
scary
bit
people.
addictive?
I think it
That
can do. I
adrenaline?
think Afghanistan became particularly addictive
Yeah.
for me, going back and forth to there. And, yeah, I did get slightly obsessed with that.
You said you got used to danger.
I don't think you can ever get used to danger. I think you have to be scared to understand exactly how vulnerable you are. And, of course, what we're seeing right now in the Ukraine, which is a place that I have visited, though obviously not recently. But I was in Mariupol, 7 years ago? And even then, they were preparing for that invasion. And it does beg the question, if they were preparing for it then, why weren't we helping them then?
Well,
Because we're seeing a lot of very, very vulnerable people get killed, sadly.
Yeah.
Anyway, on a more cheerful note, Bridge of Lies, 4:30.
Yeah, but
Every day.
I'm sure your wife and children are very happy that you're doing something safe on home ground.
Yeah, but, you know, my kids don't... It's the first time my kids can actually watch anything I've ever done.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I might
You might find they just won't, though, because my kids are like...
Exactly.
Won't do anything and watch it.
That's true, isn't it? What is that about?
Well, listen, it's an interesting new role for you. I'm sure you're very good at it, and we'll be watching. It's
Thank
Bridge
you.
of Lies. It starts at 4:30 on BBC One today, and it's on every weekday at the same time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ross. Thank you. We'll take a break now. After that, she's possibly the most potty-mouth granny of all time, even worse than our nanny Linda, yeah.
Well, rest in peace, Lena, love. She owed me money. She owed me money, the woman.
What are you talking about?
I gave her 15 quid beginning of last week. She never gave it back.
No, it hardly matters now.
What a liberty.
We have got that bleep button very close by, as I said. That is Catherine Tate's Nan making her Loose Women debut after this. Hello, welcome back to Loose Women. Now, you might remember her as the sweary gran from the Catherine Tate show, who shocked many a visitor and was constantly causing trouble for her long-suffering grandson. Now, the much-loved Nan is going on the trip of a lifetime in her very own movie.
Here, Jane.
What?
Jane.
What?
Jamie.
What?
I've eaten a multicoloured tarantula.
Hey?
It's in me
I know,
now.
yeah, I know what you're doing.
Multicoloured. Go to the link.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm eating the body. Take a picture. 1, 2, 3. I thought I'd left my glasses at home, but I haven't. You should put me in one of your cartoons. I look like Fly.
Well, we have got the bleep button very handy today, but we are very, very excited to welcome Catherine Tate's Nan.
Where's the audience?
Good question.
They knew you were coming.
Oh, they knew I was coming, did they? Did they bake a cake?
Not yet.
Here, I've arrived, didn't I?
You have.
I'm on Loose Women.
Yeah. Come up and seen us.
I've come out and see you, darling. I've come out and see you. I've come out and see you.
About bloody time.
Yeah, I could say the same. Oops. She's the one you've got to worry about, this one.
I know, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I don't want... Oh, no one can see up my clacker.
No. You're all right.
Well, you know, people get an eyeful. Oh, all right, sweetheart, look at this. Got your own merch.
Yeah.
You sell that?
You can have that one, though.
Yeah. That one for free.
The Loose Women.
You'd be a good loose woman. You
Yeah, I should say, love.
Listen, it has been a while since we've seen you.
Janet Street Porter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's not here.
No. Is she your favourite? She knew you were coming and all.
No, she ain't my favourite, Jane. Colleen Nolan.
Yeah.
She's not here.
No. What about the ones that are here?
What, the Dream Team?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Judy Love, she's not here.
No.
Oh, Judy Love. I thought you said Ruby Love.
Ruby Love, no.
So you're obviously a big fan of the show.
Love your shows, didn't I? You won the award.
Yeah.
I voted for you.
Oh,
Did you?
Yeah. You were the one.
I won't be, to be honest, I won't be voting again.
No.
Well, I'm a film star now, aren't I?
Yeah,
There's a segue.
Tell us about that. You are a film star. So
Denise Welsh.
Yeah, she's not here.
She's not here.
She's not here.
We know all the loose women. We want to talk to you now.
All right, darling, go on.
Tell us about your movie. So you've got
It's
a
in the
movie.
cinemas.
Yeah. This
Up
Friday.
the pictures. I've come up the pictures to see you. Yeah, I've got a film out. Go and see it. I mean, that's really the message, isn't it? It'll get a bit meta if I start talking about it. I can see myself on the telly. This is absolutely marvellous. I love it. I love it.
So you're not acting...
Carol McGiffin.
Yeah, I'm here.
She's not here.
I'm here.
Oh, darling.
Yeah, I'm here.
She's in. That's not who I'm thinking of then.
So, look, are you acting in this
Go on,
film
darling.
or...
Well, that's where it gets very meta, isn't it,
Yeah,
if I start
yeah.
talking like that. But, yes, it's a film about me. Oh, here, they told me not to swear.
Yeah.
Don't swear, they said, on live
No,
television.
because normally it's me that swears, but tonight
I know.
you've been warned not to
I've
swear.
been warned not to swear, not allowed.
How difficult
Nothing.
is that going to be?
Oh, darling, I've made a list of all the things I
I've got a
can't
swear
say.
box for you.
Can't say any of them. Not allowed. No. You are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear. Davina McCall told me that.
I bet a few people have told you that.
We don't even have to apologise because we had the bleeper. Literally, there's someone sitting by our today.
No, I
She's
wouldn't
sitting
dream
by
of it. I wouldn't dream
Can
of
I
staying
just
on.
ask you, did you
Yes,
have,
darling.
I hear you had a nudity clause written into your contract.
I absolutely insisted on a nudity clause, yes, and doing my own. That's right. Absolutely.
So no body double then, just you?
Just me, sweetheart.
Naked.
So
Do you think that's going to sell a lot of tickets?
Do you think that's what really happens, Carol? Come on, love.
So did you
thought
have a
we was-
rider? Any diva expectations?
Sean Ryder.
Oh, you're
He's not here.
No demands at all? I mean, you're a movie star.
I'm a movie star now, sweetheart. Ooh, I've got tricks on
What
me,
did you
love.
have on your rider? Was it like tenor ladies and things like that?
Yeah, all the things that you know about. Tenor ladies, Guinness, that's all I want, darling.
You like Guinness?
I like a Guinness.
Yeah.
Port scratchings, that's it.
What about a premiere for the film? You've got to do red carpet
Yes,
premiere,
love.
frock.
Yes.
Have you?
No. Well, I'll be like this, won't I? Why would I not?
You're not going to dress up for it?
I am dressed up, love.
Oh, sorry, I apologise. I
Dressed up to come
apologise.
loose women, didn't I?
You're looking, I mean, your skin, everything, you're
Marvellous.
blooming.
Thank you, darling. I
And your
appreciate
hair
that.
looks great.
Isn't it nice,
Yeah.
eh? Yeah.
Did you brush it?
No. No. I will later when I'm on the One show.
Listen, what I want to know is, why has it taken you so long to come and see us, Loose Women?
Darling, I could ask the same about you. I've never had a invite until I... No! I said, when they said you want to go on Loose Women, I went, oh, it's taken them time, hasn't it? I've not been...
I don't
To my
believe
knowledge,
that.
I've never been asked. That's the truth.
Right.
I'd have been right
To
up
acknowledge.
We'll sort that out.
Kirsty Allsop, she's not here.
She's not here.
No.
But listen, we're all here. We're delighted you're here. The film is called Nan the Movie, and it is out in cinemas
It is,
this
darling.
Friday,
Yeah.
18th of March. And
It's fun. And what it is,
looks
darling,
fun.
it's a laugh. That's
Yeah,
all it
that's
is.
what we
need.
It's
need.
a laugh.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
take offence. It's a laugh. That's all it is. Don't mean no harm.
Well, thanks for giving us a laugh today.
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it.
You've been
I love you.
amazing,
Love
honestly.
you.
Love
Love
you.
you. Love
We
you.
love you.
I love you, sweetheart.
She's
Thank
more
you.
of a darling.
Can't
now
wait
she's a
to see
movie
the
star.
film.
Yes,
Darling.
yes, darling. That's it. Mwah, 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 mwah.
OK, well, we've got to go to the break. Thank you, Nan. In a moment, we'll be talking about eyebrows. Carol, actually, you've got to head off now because you're going to have your eyebrows transformed, OK? So if you want to head
I've
off...
got some.
Donna's waiting for you.
Something.
We don't know yet.
Going into something else.
No, we're going to show you how can you achieve anti-ageing brows.
Oh, I
Yeah.
should like saying to that, love.
You've got good brows, haven't you?
It's not
I've
break
got
at
very
all.
good brows.
It's all, it's the competition for you.
You'd think I was a lot younger.
£30,000, back to the competition, £30,000 and a camper van. Jeff Brazier has all the details.
Yes, welcome to the South Dean campsite in Devon. If you win our prize package, you can wake up with views like that, having stayed in this camper van. This is what we're giving away. It's worth over £70,000, but come and have a little look inside. So we've got a cooker, fridge, these chairs spin round and you've got the table there and then you can have a nice little meal. This folds over into a double bed, and if you four went away, you'd have to work out which two of you are going to go and sleep up top. But it sleeps 4 people. Imagine what the family could do with that. Also, imagine what the family could do with £30,000 in tax-free cash that we're also throwing in as well. I've got some other camper van owners. Dan, it's fair to say you've fallen in love with the lifestyle, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I bought my camper van the end of last year, pulled it up outside the house, spent the first night in it, and I've been in it ever since.
Marcella, I know you love the freedom as well, being able to
definitely.
get out on the road. Well, listen, thank you very much for joining us today. So if you would like to win the camper van and £30,000 in tax-free cash, here's the details. Good luck.
Text prize to 81119. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 78 11119. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY11 PO Box 7558 Derby DE10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 1st of April at 3 p.m. So good luck.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Now, you might have seen on my Instagram, I finally took the plunge at the weekend and had my eyebrows tattooed. So they are a bit of a work in progress. So that was me just before. So they're a bit thinning, you know, they're quite pale, my eyebrows, and then they do lots of mapping, so she kind of does all the symmetry of your face. You see all those little lines on me, and then she draws that in so she can follow the lines. That's the mapping, so it's all very precise. And you take a look at what you think it's going to look like. Do you like the shape or don't you like the shape? And then off you go with the tattoo. Can you actually see the tattoo? There you go.
Is tattooing just like any other tattoos? Same
I think
machine?
it is, except it's a powder. It's a powder technique. It's not ink.
Was it painful?
It wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't. I would say if it was, you know, I'd be truthful. It was scratchy more than anything. I have got quite a good pain threshold.
I think they look amazing. I'm really jealous.
I like the shape. I do like the shape, but they will go dry and they will kind of flake a little bit. But like, it's looking after a tattoo. But Carol, when I was showing this to Carol this morning, she was like, "Oh no, I couldn't do that."
She was like,
But she did say that she liked the idea of this, she liked the idea of having her eyebrows down. So what we did, we sent her off during the break to our makeup artist, Donna. Come on then, Carol, let's have a look what she's done to you. So Donna has put your brows on. Very nice.
Look what she's done to me.
Gorgeous.
I mean, they look great.
They do. They look really good.
She's
Look
done
at that.
really, really What's she done that with then? She's not
no
tattooed
pain.
you.
No pain.
No,
They
so
look
I did
really
ask
good.
her. She used. We can see the pictures, can we, of it being done? Here we go. So this is a brow mascara. So it's not a normal mascara. It's one specifically for your brows. So it's not that nice little fine brush. And she said this comes in various shades. You can have light, medium, or dark. It didn't hurt then, Carol.
And it's
That's much better if you're scared of actually drawing them on. It's
Look, it's just like that. It's just a little tiny thing. It looks like a mascara, but it's... And I thought she was saying brown mascara, but it's actually
brow mascara. She said she used a colour called soft brown on you.
I mean, even I could do that.
And it frames your face as well. You can see your eyebrows.
It's much
now.
better.
It looks much
But look,
nicer.
she gave me
I'd
this...
say do it before you
Can
first
you see
glass of
that
wine,
thing?
Carol.
Yeah. So look, you can go
There's
like
a
that.
stencil.
Oh, no,
yeah, the
wrong
other
one.
way. She's got the wrong side.
Like you had the stenciling and you can just use these things and just... I mean, you know, it should be so easy, but I'm quite lazy, as you know, with makeup. I don't.
Yeah, we know.
I think it's nice that you've woken up with them, though, haven't you? And you're going to go to
That's
bed
the
with
thing.
them.
You don't have to keep doing it. So mine have got quite sparse, and I can't be bothered. So to actually think this will just be done, and it lasts about a year to 18 months.
And you
might
really,
have to...
really swear it didn't hurt?
For me, it just felt scratchy, and today they're a bit sore. You know, I wouldn't want to kind of rub them too hard. You have to kind of look after them. But I'm very happy with mine. And Donna, our makeup artist, said that brows frame your face.
They do.
She said if she only had one item of makeup, it would be brows.
I dye mine. I dye mine. They're like toothbrush bristles.
Anyway, talking of you, happy birthday for yesterday.
Yeah.
Linda's birthday yesterday, so we couldn't see you yesterday.
I'm 46
Couldn't see you yesterday.
Thank you very much.
We've also got some cake, which we'll be sharing, and also take a look at this, because we've got a little message for you.
Happy birthday, Nanny. Hope you have a great day. Love you loads, Lila and Betsy. Nanny.
Oh, no, she's gone.
She's gone on a school journey today. So I won't see her for a week.
We've got to go. That's it for today. But we are off for the rest of this week because the racing is on ITV. So we will see you again next Monday. What a liberty. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye. Bye.
Oh, thank you.